Thank you for your interest in the Secondary Graduate Teacher Certification Program, otherwise known as Secondary GTC. This video provides an overview of the program itself, eligibility requirements, and important information to consider when deciding whether the program is right for you. A copy of the PowerPoint presentation is available on the Secondary GTC website so that you can refer back to each slide. Are you interested in changing careers or looking to become initially certified? Grand Valley's post-baccalaureate route to initial teacher certification is for those who have a bachelor's degree but do not yet have a teaching certificate. There are two routes within the secondary GTC program: becoming certified to teach 5th through 12th grade in the state-approved content areas of either English, mathematics, science, or social studies, or becoming certified to teach kindergarten through 12th grade in health and physical education, music education, visual arts education, or an approved world language. This program follows a cohort model, meaning teacher candidates will progress through the program together, engaging in shared learning experiences and coursework across a fixed timeline. The secondary GTC program as a whole should be thought of as two separate parts. Part 1 is completing all state-approved content area requirements. This preparation is focused on specific coursework designed to meet state teaching standards for your content area. This will also prepare you for your state licensure exam, otherwise known as the Michigan Test for Teacher Certification. The content area coursework is housed at the undergraduate level within the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, or CLAS. Throughout this part of the program, teacher candidates will work closely with the content area departments and professional advisors within class advising. Part 2 is to participate in the 3-semester secondary GTC cohort. This includes teacher preparation coursework such as adolescent literacy development, classroom management, teaching students with disabilities, and technology integration. Additionally, teacher candidates will participate in 2 semesters of clinical field experience where they will apply their learning directly to the classroom setting. This coursework is housed at the graduate level within the College of Education and Community Innovation. Throughout this part of the program, teacher candidates will work closely with the Office of Certification and Accreditation and their GTC faculty. The Michigan Department of Education has approved the following content area options for initial teacher certification at Grand Valley. To become certified in 5th through 12th grade, teacher candidates can choose from English, mathematics, science, or social studies. To become certified in kindergarten through 12th grade, teacher candidates can choose from health and physical education, music education, visual arts education, or an approved world language such as French, German, Latin, or Spanish. We recommend that prospective students first preview the draft planned program options for the state-approved content areas. This gives you an idea of what requirements are necessary to complete Part 1 of the program. Please pay close attention to the maximum number of credits listed. However, to determine exactly what content area requirements you need to complete given your previous degree, the content area departments and professional advisors will complete an evaluation of your official transcripts to create a personalized planned program. This evaluation process will determine if you have any equivalent coursework already completed and outline all remaining requirements. To be approved as an equivalent, previous coursework must align with the GVSU course objectives and current state teaching standards. Therefore, you may be required to submit additional course details, such as catalog descriptions or syllabi, to support the evaluation process. The departments and professional advisors will inform you if this is necessary. If choosing to move forward, teacher candidates must complete all outstanding requirements at a 3.0 GPA or higher. Courses can be taken at any accredited college or university. However, they must be GVSU equivalent, so be sure to work closely with the content area department and professional advisors throughout this process. After previewing the draft planned programs, if you'd like to move forward in having your transcripts evaluated and a personalized planned program created, you must be admitted or readmitted as a degree-seeking undergraduate student. However, please note the preferred instructions for the following content area. Music education must first audition with the Department of Music, Theater, and Dance. Please contact the department for additional information. See the secondary GTC website's application and admission processes section to learn more about what steps you need to take, whether you're new to GVSU or a GVSU alum. Here is an outline of the required sequence of coursework for the secondary GTC program. The initial coursework for your intended content area needs to be successfully completed before being eligible for a GTC cohort. Therefore, teacher candidates should work with their professional advisor in class advising to map out a course plan of when to complete these requirements. The secondary GTC cohort will then consist of 3 consecutive semesters. The schedule is dependent on faculty availability, so finalized schedules with educational formats and meeting times will be released once registration opens each March. At that time, the cohort will receive a registration guide that outlines exactly what courses and sections to enroll in for each semester. As part of the GTC cohort, you will take these courses together and must follow the sequence as outlined. Alongside the graduate coursework, candidates will engage in 2 semesters of clinical field experience as a teacher apprentice and teacher intern under the supervision of a mentor teacher. Please note that this is not a paid position as an employee within a school district, but rather a state requirement for this teacher preparation program. The secondary placement specialist works closely with our PK-12 partners and university field directors to coordinate appropriate placements and mentor teachers. Teacher candidates are not responsible for finding their own primary placement and will not be placed in schools where they have personal connections, such as with friends, relatives, or schools where they are employed or were previously employed. In the fall semester, the typical schedule is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the full academic day as a teacher apprentice, while also engaging in graduate coursework simultaneously. In the winter semester, the typical schedule is Monday through Friday for the full academic day as a teacher intern, while also engaging in graduate coursework simultaneously. Once enrolled in the program, candidates will meet with the GTC faculty to learn more about field experience requirements, timelines, and expectations. To recap, here is a breakdown of your route to teacher certification through the secondary GTC program. First, you must successfully complete the undergraduate requirements for your intended content area prior to starting in a secondary GTC cohort. Teacher candidates will work closely with the class department and professional advisor throughout this part of the program. Class will complete a transcript evaluation and identify all requirements on a GVSU planned program. The timeline for these requirements will vary for each candidate based on the content area of interest, whether or not you have equivalent coursework, and how quickly you can complete outstanding courses identified on your planned program. The content area coursework must be completed at a 3.0 GPA or higher. Once you have successfully completed all content area requirements, you will then be eligible to start the 3-semester GTC cohort. The cohort begins each May and concludes the following April. These 3 semesters will include accelerated teacher preparation coursework as well as 2 semesters of clinical field experience. Please note you must receive a B- or higher in your teacher certification coursework while maintaining a 3.0 GPA as a graduate student. Once your teacher preparation program requirements are complete, including passing scores on any required licensure exams, you can then apply for your teaching certificate and be recommended for certification by Grand Valley. Teacher candidates will apply for certification through the Michigan Department of Education, as the state will be the entity that issues your teaching certificate. Further information on this process will be shared at a later time. The total number of credits required for the secondary GTC program will vary for each individual. The credits for content area coursework will be determined by the class department and professional advisors following an official transcript evaluation. The structured secondary GTC cohort, however, will be 27 credits. You can find Grand Valley's current graduate tuition rates on the Office of Financial Aid and Scholarships website linked here. The GTC cohort rates will fall under the Education, Instruction, and Curriculum graduate degree. Please note that rates are subject to change as the board renegotiates each summer. The educational format for content area coursework will likely be in person, during the day, and on the Allendale campus. Please do not count on online or evening course options. The educational format for the secondary GTC cohort is online with both synchronous and asynchronous settings. However, you may be required to attend occasional in person meetings, which will be held at the downtown Grand Rapids campus. Given that course scheduling is dependent on faculty availability, specific course details will be released each March. In full transparency, this program requires a full-time commitment given the accelerated pace, rigor, and structure of coursework, as well as the clinical field experiences. The GTC faculty have shared that it can be very challenging to work while participating in the GTC cohort, so please take this into consideration. Although the GTC program prepares candidates for their teaching certificate, it is also a pathway toward a master's degree. The secondary GTC coursework is embedded in the Master of Education, Instruction, and Curriculum secondary education degree. Upon completion of the GTC program, candidates can continue with 5 remaining courses and graduate student requirements to complete the full degree. Under university policy, candidates have 8 years to complete all MED requirements. Additional details on how you can move forward to obtain your master's degree will be provided once enrolled in the program. Teacher candidates interested in the secondary GTC program must meet the following. First, you will need to be seeking initial teacher certification, meaning you do not yet have a teaching certificate issued. Second, you need to have an awarded bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited institution. You also need to be at least a year out from having earned your bachelor's degree when beginning in a GTC cohort. Next, you will need to complete outstanding content area requirements prior to starting the GTC cohort, as outlined on your GVSU planned program. Content area coursework must be completed at a 3.0 GPA or higher. Before fully committing to the secondary GTC program, it's also important that you engage with the age group you intend to teach. Early exposure to diverse classroom settings and student needs provides a realistic view of the teaching profession. Additionally, this perspective can help you, as a prospective teacher, identify if the intended age group truly aligns with your personality and preferred teaching methods. Therefore, you must have at least 30 hours of documented, paid or unpaid experience working with the 5th through 12th grade or kindergarten through 12th grade age group, depending on your content area, prior to starting the GTC cohort. Responsibilities should fall within an educational setting. These hours will be documented on the verification of experience form, which will be completed and signed by a supervisor for verification. Examples of relevant experience include substitute teaching, tutoring, volunteering, or working at a before or after school program. Lastly, you must meet the requirements for graduate school admission. Criteria includes at least a 3.0 GPA in your final 60 undergraduate credits, which would be calculated by the admissions office when you apply, or an awarded master's degree. Additionally, you will be required to have a positive recommendation that speaks to your professional experience and ability to succeed as a graduate student and future educator. Now that you've had an overview of the secondary GTC program, be sure to give yourself adequate time to consider whether it fits your needs and begin financially planning for your participation. Please be sure to ask yourself the following. Can I complete the initial content area coursework in a timely manner to jump into a future GTC cohort? Can I afford to step away from employment while participating in a full-time graduate program? Can I commit full-time to my coursework and clinical field experience? Can I attend in-person meetings in Grand Rapids throughout the program? Do I meet all program eligibility requirements? If you plan to move forward with the GTC program, please be sure to review the secondary GTC website to understand the application and admission processes. If you have questions or need support, please contact the Office of Certification and Accreditation, otherwise known as OCA. Thanks for watching, and we hope to welcome you to GVSU soon.